Ooh, honestly, I'm like as much credit as I give LionBlaze, I do give more credit to First. I do think he's gonna take it in 4. I feel like he could take it in 4. Like he's definitely one of those people who gets things going, and once he finds a nice read on how you're playing, he's going to be able to close out the series very well. I think it'll be close though. I'm expecting this to kind of be like a 1-goal games in between the two, but I do think First will have a convincing one.
Yeah, I can definitely see close games for sure. Although there have been in every series so far today, well, the Kinsei series and the Wondermite series, Firstkiller has at least in one of the games in those series just destroyed. Obviously in the Kinsei series he just smashed him 3 times in a row, but even in the Wondermite series he was able to just take it completely under control in that, I think it was the 3rd game, and that was after the one game where Wondermite got a W. Firstkiller was just able to respond and score 5 goals immediately. And he's going to get off to an early start here with a reset chance. I don't think he landed it though, and that's going to give LionBlaze the opening goal. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah,
okay, I thought he missed, so it's fine. It's fine.
Opening goal, yeah, like you said, Firstkiller actually being pretty risky off the start here. And obviously, inability to execute right in front of LionBlaze gives him that possession. So LionBlaze is able to just cleanly start this one off on the right foot, get a little 1-goal cushion, but things always change when you get into the part of the kickoff. You can just see Firstkiller taking that immediately right back as if it didn't even happen.
Yeah, he doesn't hesitate on this one. There was one kickoff that happened in the Kinsei versus Firstkiller series. Kinsei was a goal ahead with about 5 or so seconds left in the game, and a similar kickoff to this happened where Firstkiller was afraid to take a shot in case it ended up being a 50-50, and he dribbled to the side wall, went for the air dribble in 0 seconds, and ended up getting his shot saved. He was getting a lot of criticism for not being brave enough to just go for the shot when his opponent was right there next to him, but in this situation he wasn't too afraid to make it happen.
And we see players do that all the time. Even I have seen it on my Okay, Firstkiller.
Man, there wasn't much window for LionBlaze to get away from this one. Firstkiller fakes the ceiling shot, pops it on target, and then bumps LionBlaze into the net. Some difficult combinations from Firstkiller. He's keeping LionBlaze guessing right up until the last second.
Yeah, and I like how the bump is under the ball too. So most people try to get in front of that when they're making those bumps, but Firstkiller goes for the low touch, making it much more harder for LionBlaze to be able to make the save. LionBlaze is kind of struggling too in front of the net as Firstkiller. This is what we talk about when he just has all the control here, even hitting it off the back, while LionBlaze sitting with 0 boost right now, and he's just playing into Firstkiller's hand.
Yeah, LionBlaze doesn't mind playing with low boost, but at some point he needs to get a hand of some of them, and then it's just not going to happen. Firstkiller is just too quick, and he creates an open and puts in a 3rd goal. You wondered as well, is this job done for LionBlaze? Has he already achieved his goal with this qualifier, making it into the final, and now is he just playing out these games, getting this best of 5 over with, and just going to look forward to another qualifier? Or is he really going for the win here? How much does he want to beat Firstkiller? Because he seems like quite a nice guy. I don't know if he really wants to beat Firstkiller badly enough as Firstkiller slams in another double.
Well, you can tell Firstkiller wants to win regardless. Like, he's just having a field day on the field. Like you said, great shot from him. I do feel like, though, for LionBlaze, this just has to be a hurdle that someone has to climb at some point. Where, Firstkiller has just always been the person that is going to be dominant in 1v1s. And I just don't see him just giving up. You know what I mean? I feel like he has to at least make some form of effort here. If not...
Yeah.
if not later than now. I feel like right now is just a prime time to do it. You don't really have that much to lose.
Oh, definitely not. Oh, and that's a pretty comical goal for LionBlaze. I think Firstkiller just faked himself in this one. LionBlaze ended up dribbling pretty direct and thought, well, what am I supposed to do with this? Firstkiller goes straight through the ball. Not what he was hoping for.
Yeah, he just really went through it. I'm like, oh okay. We've seen so many, as much great goals as we've seen throughout the day. I've definitely just seen some goals where I don't understand. Like LionBlaze, even in his last match against Alpha Cap, he own goal. And it was just the weirdest thing we saw. Yeah, it was the weirdest thing.
Yeah, we saw a couple of cracking own goals from Wondermite against Firstkiller as well. Absolute laser to the top corner, cross pitch, and then I think Firstkiller forced 2 more own goals in the same game. It was really something to behold. Just multiple, I think a hat trick of own goals from Wondermite. But these things happen, and look at this from LionBlaze. Something you can always rely on is his flick game to be on point.
Yeah, I mean, look at Firstkiller though, like that space in between. And once LionBlaze sees Firstkiller turn in to make the challenge, that's when he knows he has the flick chance, and he puts it to that top corner too. Firstkiller goes from having to try to get a challenge on the ball to having to defend his own net, and he's not in a position to do that in the field. He's completely caught out.
And, you know, I remember thinking back to earlier discussion we had about, you know, how much does LionBlaze want to beat Firstkiller? How badly does he want to be the guy to beat the guy? You know, Scrubkiller has said he's not going to stop grinding until he beats Ocalid in a series. That's a Scrubkiller quote. He just will not stop. But, you know, is LionBlaze that same mentality as Scrub, or is it just another series for him? You know, I don't see LionBlaze changing up his playstyle and trying new things and really trying to find out what works in the matchup. Every time I see this matchup, LionBlaze just plays his game and gets edged out. And I want to see something more from him. I want to see him taking risks. I want to see him really going at it, giving Firstkiller a tough time, because I know he can do it. He's such a mechanically gifted player.
Yeah, and I feel like after you play against someone so many times, and that's why I say like this, for him, this would be a great time to do so, because at this point, that was nuts.
That is just disgusting. Look at the angle from Firstkiller here, in off the far post as well. Perfect placement.
Oh man, and that's just not something you see every day. Especially it goes off the post and in as well. Like Firstkiller's mechanics are on, and like I said, I haven't seen him play it too much today. But from what we saw in those match histories on Liquipedia, this has been a one-sided affair. Yeah,
Firstkiller's been popping off. It was a slow start against Kinsey, but since then he has been playing faster than I've seen anybody play in this tournament. He's on another level compared to the rest of the competition. But, you know, it's so far playing out pretty much like we expected, with LionBlaze staying close in the matchup. You know, we got a 2-goal game here, 2 minutes left. The Firstkiller just seems to have the edge, and he looks like the favorite. You know, we've got a 6-4 score, but Firstkiller already looks like he's 80, maybe 90% favorite to win this.
Yeah, you can tell just from how confident he looks on the field. Like, he'll let Wonder Mike play, or he'll let Wonder Mike. I said that because it reminds me of the Wonder Mike Angel matchup where Wonder Mike looked just as confident here. But he'll let LionBlaze play into him just so he can push it downfield. It doesn't really seem like he's applying any pressure. Like, we're not seeing him go for any demo plays or anything of that nature. Like, look how much space he's giving LionBlaze as, like, LionBlaze is in the midfield, just so he can turn this ball around the other way. It doesn't seem like he's really facing any adversary. Johnny, you've watched more 1v1 Rocket League than I'd say anyone. And you've seen both regions here. So what's the reason Firstkiller is so dominant in North America?
Well, I think the main thing that really makes him dominant in this region is that the majority of the top players are kind of just trying to copy him, but they're not as good at it. Nobody's mixing it up and playing with their own style and surprising him. They're all just trying to do what he does, and they're not as fast. They're not hitting the ball as hard. They're not playing as efficiently. You need somebody to come in with a totally different style to catch Firstkiller off guard, because, you know, he's so good at defending. He's so good at shot stopping. He's so good at shooting. He's so fast, and he's just such a dangerous player to go up against that you have to have somebody playing something he's not used to really get him out of his comfort zone.
I feel that. So what we really need is a plat that thinks they're GC to play Firstkiller in 1v1.
Hey, I would love to see that. I think that's some good content right there.
I feel like that would be something completely different, because, you know, they have their own way of playing the game. For them, like, a kickoff goal is luck. So
absolutely.
I think that if they played the way they wanted to, you know, Firstkiller just wouldn't stand a chance.
Yeah, you know, that's why I do think Lethamer had some success against Firstkiller in the past. It's why I think Kinsey got 2 games off Firstkiller earlier today. He was just playing such a weird style. All the timing on his attacks and on his plays were just throwing Firstkiller off. Like, Firstkiller's expecting Kinsey to dodge into the ball, Kinsey does nothing. He's expecting Kinsey to accelerate, Kinsey just keeps on going slow and staying with it. He was just shrugging off bumps and challenges like they were nothing. You know, you've got to control the pace against this guy, and that is a change-up that I could see LionBlaze making. Just playing ultra slow, making Firstkiller come to him instead of bringing the game to Firstkiller. Now, that's a great shot. I want to see more of those from either player. LionBlaze still behind by 2 goals.
Flip reset from LionBlaze, but time on the clock too. LionBlaze has definitely been able to edge out some kickoff goals here, and that's kind of what I want to see in these final 30 seconds. At least one, if he can get one on the board. Firstkiller, though, is no slouch to that. Like I said, you know, the difference between LionBlaze playing against Alpha Cup coming into this one is Firstkiller is so much more experienced. And you see that too. Like, he completely turns this in his favor.
Well, you know, in the LionBlaze versus Alpha Cup matchup, LionBlaze has a mechanical advantage, I would say. He's faster and he's more efficient, but that's no longer the case. Firstkiller has the edge in both of those facets of the game, and on top of that, Firstkiller's got a better shot. He's, you know, got a very good kickoff today as well. This one not going as well for him, but it's that 2-goal lead. It's just been there the entire game, and at no point did Firstkiller look like he was in danger this game, even though it's been 2 goals, 3 goals the entire time.
It just doesn't seem like he's really, like you said, that 2-goal lead has been something he's been able to maintain throughout the whole game. So LionBlaze, as much as he's been trying to break into that and try to destroy the deficit, he just hasn't been able to. And this is going to be part of the thing that I was talking about earlier, where we have to see if LionBlaze can adapt. He will pick up one, though. Firstkiller backflips, and LionBlaze bought himself at least a kickoff.
I like that from Lion. He's at least given himself a chance here. And that's the first big mistake we've seen from Firstkiller. Not that I think it would have mattered, because LionBlaze looked pretty on point with that bump. So a kickoff goal would do the trick, and he got a kickoff goal for his 7th goal.
Oh, he's not going to get the boost here. Oh, wait, he does pick up the boost, but Firstkiller will knock it away. So Firstkiller will take game number 1, but it is a 1-goal game here, as LionBlaze still showed signs of trying to come back into this until the very end. But like you said, Firstkiller just seemed to have all of the control there. It never seemed like LionBlaze was really looking too threatening. I feel like it has to be LionBlaze just getting on the right foot in game number 2 that can really change up at least the tone of this environment on Wasteland. And
just getting a goal lead could be all it takes. If LionBlaze can get his nose in front, then maybe he can take control of this pace of the game. He can force Firstkiller to come to him, because as long as Firstkiller has a goal lead, he doesn't need to come to LionBlaze. He can sit in his half, wait for LionBlaze to attack him, and play that shadow defensive style that we all know and that we all see him be so successful with. But yeah, if LionBlaze can get in front, then maybe Firstkiller will be forced out of his comfort zone. Not looking likely it's going to happen so far. In reverse, Firstkiller takes the lead.
And it's these like small little micro touches that really matter, right? LionBlaze gets bumped slightly by Firstkiller as he's jumping to dodge Firstkiller to get a piece of the ball. Completely throws him away from any type of challenge there, and Firstkiller has a solid recovery in front of the net.
It only took 10 seconds as well, and it's that nightmare scenario for LionBlaze where he's trailing again early on. What's he going to go for here? Another bump, but Firstkiller's all over it. Oh, what a recovery. He's actually got a chance on net here, and Firstkiller is scoring off a challenge. That is just phenomenal recovery mechanics.
It's a great recovery, but LionBlaze, I feel like he could beat Firstkiller to the ball here. Instead, he tries to go for a demo on him as well. He was going straight and then just turns. It takes him, it brings his speed down, and Firstkiller's just going to jump over him and shoot anyways.
Yeah, maybe he's thinking, well, if I demo Firstkiller here, that's probably a goal for me, because he could just turn around and put it into the open net. But Firstkiller saw it coming. Maybe LionBlaze was expecting more of a surprise attack to be coming there, but from we saw in Firstkiller's POV, he was well aware that LionBlaze was on the way for him there. And he sees him coming here also. Everything LionBlaze trying so far in game 2, getting shut down pretty easily by First.
We saw some of this happen in game 1 as well, where LionBlaze, again, using the air to try to move downfield, and those offensive plays just don't work. He just barely misses the post too, which would have been, I mean, if he would have scored that, it would have been great for him to get into this one. But Firstkiller still maintaining some control. LionBlaze now just risky challenges as well, as he's just trying to take the possession away from Firstkiller. Will the flick be on target? It won't be, and it'll be a save out.
I actually really like that fake pinch clear from LionBlaze. So he, netted himself a possession by pretending to clear it. Firstkiller ran away. And then LionBlaze just landed on the wall and took the ball down with him. That's the kind of tricks that he needs to be playing if he wants to take control of this game and start to dictate the flow of it, because Firstkiller is, right now, seeing a lot more possession and a lot more time on the ball than LionBlaze is.
Firstkiller scored a couple of goals pretty early on, and ever since then, it's the same story. The 2-goal lead from Firstkiller. LionBlaze recovers, and it actually, turns it all the way around and puts one in.
Look at this wave dash from LionBlaze as he pops the ball into his wall. He wave dashes on the back wall to accelerate downwards. That's beautiful. Firstkiller didn't see that one coming.
I don't think any of us did, except for you. I mean, like the fact that he took that wave dash to get that extra burst of speed. Like you said, no one was ready for it. That's an insane recovery from LionBlaze to get a wave dash off his back wall and turn it into a shot.
Yeah, it's the only way that he could have reached the ball fast enough, I think. And he's actually going to equalize here. Firstkiller's out of the game. LionBlaze taking his time with this open net, and he will score it. Well, there you go. A couple of punishes. Counter-attack gameplay from LionBlaze coming in clutch.
Yeah. This time he's letting Firstkiller bring the ball to him, and he's playing the counter game. And now he's equalized the score line as well, too. So it's not like Firstkiller can sit back anymore. LionBlaze kind of he bided his time, and now it's paid off big for him.
Can he get in front, though? I feel like he hasn't been in front all series, has he? He's always trailing or even. LionBlaze trying to dunk it in. That's not a bad outcome. He does kind of bump Firstkiller into the net here, and there's the clean demo. Chance for LionBlaze.
He needs to just get the shot on and close, but he will pick it up. LionBlaze, he wave dash on the wall in the Firstkiller to pick up the demo. Obviously makes sure to line the shot. Doesn't want to miss too many more open nets like we saw earlier. So for him now with the lead, and I think you're right, first time we've seen him with the lead, but he still has to keep this type of energy going. He gets a win on the kickoff. First, we'll try to bump him out the way. But this is a good spot for LionBlaze. He's now has to make, Firstkiller has to work for his goals now.
Yeah, Firstkiller has to now play LionBlaze game. If LionBlaze decides to time waste, Firstkiller has to force the issue. So I want to see that from LionBlaze. I want to see him holding onto the ball for as long as possible. His main objective now shouldn't be to score. It should just be to waste some time on the clock, because that's the kind of position where Firstkiller is going to start to misplay, and then the goals will just create themselves. Man, how did Firstkiller get that much height on that one? But hey, he's missed it. This is what I mean. The goals are going to make themselves if LionBlaze just forces Firstkiller to come to him. And this was definitely stretching for Firstkiller to go for that. He hit a pretty clean shot, but with that little boost on the table, this wasn't really easy to get on target.
I do appreciate the effort from Firstkiller too, because LionBlaze popped that ball up initially just to throw off Firstkiller, and he said, well, I'm going to try to punish you for it by turning it into a flip reset shot. But again, LionBlaze just sits on defense, and at this point, letting Firstkiller take those types of shots just to punish him if he misses is huge. But first shakes it off top left with the shot. Yeah,
that's great placement by Firstkiller. LionBlaze probably has to just go for this one. The pre-jumps from LionBlaze have been impressive in recent past. I think he's one of the best pre-jump savers, if that's a thing, in the world. But this one was just too accurate from Firstkiller. And he's going to get a chance to equalize here on the next possession as well. Oh, LionBlaze actually sneaks in. Hang on a second. Oh, it's almost in, but off the bar. Firstkiller smartly nabs the boost. He's got LionBlaze in a bad spot here. It looks like LionBlaze going to try get that 2-goal lead back. Firstkiller had a real opportunity to, I think, equalize the game on that last play, but LionBlaze has been playing a very efficient game with low boost. I'm loving his play when he doesn't have the 100 and he's just trying to keep his pace up and stay with Firstkiller.
Yeah, that's so big too, for him to still be a threat in the game while playing up against Firstkiller. With low boost on top of it, like even now, he's not going to be able to recover to move downfield, but he is still able to knock away the ball and have Firstkiller start from scratch. And we're just seeing Firstkiller try so many different things on offense, but it's still nothing that gets past the defense from LionBlaze. He's just been holding firm in net and letting First play into him.
This is what he needs to do. Just keep the ball in the back corner, wait for Firstkiller to come into this area, because it's a difficult place to set up shots from. There's not much of an angle to work with for Firstkiller, and he's trying to find a way through, and he's unsuccessful in doing so. This is, I think, the win condition, the biggest win condition at least for LionBlaze, just to somehow get in front, then hold the ball in the back corner, and hopefully have Firstkiller overextend. It's happening again. This is actually working out for LionBlaze.
Oh man, he picks up another one. And Firstkiller again just trying all of these different shots on LionBlaze, but none of them have actually really even been on net. They've been very off target. And LionBlaze just has an easy path to the goal, and he's just been consistently punishing Firstkiller. It's like he finally found something that he can just exploit over and over again. And the ironic part is, it's giving Firstkiller possession. It's giving him offense.
Yeah. Well, at least he's making Firstkiller start off attacks in a weak position, all the way in the forward corner. very difficult to get an attack started from there, and especially if LionBlaze has 100 boost, Firstkiller doesn't even have the option of taking the ball back into his half safely, because LionBlaze can just accelerate and look for the demo on him from behind. So really smart play there by LionBlaze at the end of the game, just making sure not to take any risks at all, and does get the game win as a reward. I'm wondering if we're going to see more of the same from him now. Are we going to see LionBlaze just try and wait for Firstkiller to overextend, because, you know, not so used to seeing Firstkiller missing these aerial chances, but in this game, Firstkiller definitely had a handful of misplays where he's hitting the post with flip reset plays. Yeah. Never really a threat of a goal happening. And LionBlaze just walks it in.
Yeah, I do feel like that might be a one-game kind of thing, because you know Firstkiller understands that LionBlaze, like, this is probably the most easiest thing to read in that last game, was just LionBlaze letting Firstkiller play the ball into him. So now Firstkiller has to make his shot chances just that more deadly. So for LionBlaze, I feel like mixing things up is just going to be the best way for him to get into it. He plays that around Firstkiller. The Firstkiller is going to actually pick up the goal.
One exchange between these two. This is some high-level stuff with LionBlaze avoiding the demos in the back corner, but he was really, really hoping that that was a fake challenge from Firstkiller, and it turned out to be a real one. Firstkiller one step ahead of him there. Just takes the ball away from him. LionBlaze will need to be more careful in those positions in the future.
Look, you can just see the mind games between these two. As Firstkiller just barely plays it past LionBlaze again. And the way he brings the ball up, keeping it close to him and keeping this distance between him and LionBlaze as LionBlaze tries to position himself from the shot, so that when he finally executes, it's just barely past him. That's great timing from Firstkiller.
And you know, we talked about it last game. It's a difficult position to shoot from. It's a difficult position to create goals from, but Firstkiller can do it. And I think last game may have been an anomaly where he's not shooting as accurately as he usually does. This is a bit of a misplay from Firstkiller again. He's not played perfectly by any means here. Does look beatable on the day. LionBlaze will need to keep up his current level of play, maybe even increase it if he's going to get the series win, I feel.
Yeah, LionBlaze can't afford to let off on first. He has to exploit as much as he can from the mistakes. As we do know when Firstkiller does get on, like, and he's had a good day today as well. Just, you don't want to give him any more room. He picks up room off that too, off the challenge. He just doesn't waste any time. I'm on LionBlaze's camera. You can just kind of see the frustration from how he's moving his camera.
Oh man,
like, he didn't want to give that up.
Yeah, just the motionless car that's the sign of tilt, I would say. And I mean, maybe he's just, you know, gone to close a window or something. He's put the controller down briefly. We don't know, but I see this all too often happening right after a 50-50 or a demo or a mind game or something tilting. Hey, that's a pretty good one. Speaking of mind games, LionBlaze really dominates Firstkiller in this play.
Yeah, and you know, usually Firstkiller's expecting LionBlaze to play that high, but when he drops low and then also is delayed, he knows how fast Firstkiller is going to the ball. Firstkiller has to hit that towards corner. Anything else is going straight back to LionBlaze.
LionBlaze, like game one, wants to make sure that he doesn't give Firstkiller the ruffle stomp, the chance to just run away with the game and put 5 or 6 goals in a row. Firstkiller is just that good though. What a shot as he comes off the ceiling. The transition here from the wall to the ceiling to the goal just happened in the blink of an eye. That's just next level.
Oh my God. He jumps to the ceiling. As soon as he lands, jumps right off of it. And to get, like you said, gets that touch, the way it moves. I mean, it's just so free-flowing from Firstkiller. And that's just one of the reasons why he is so deadly on offense.
Yeah, even if you are playing an absolute blinder of a game, you feel like there's always a potential, there's always a possibility that Firstkiller is just going to destroy you in one of them. It's happened in the Wonder Mike series today, it happened in the Kinsey series 3 times. Firstkiller knows how to score goals in quick succession if you give him the chance. Not a very good takeoff by LionBlaze there. This is a problem. Firstkiller is not under pressure now, so when LionBlaze takes the ball to his back corner, Firstkiller is not coming in to try and take it off him. He's waiting because he knows LionBlaze is the one who has to come to him. But what a flick by LionBlaze. If you're going to come at Firstkiller, you better bring something good. And LionBlaze did this time.
Yeah, I mean, he made Firstkiller regret giving him that space. I mean, that's a good flick, too. Like, Firstkiller just barely doesn't make contact with that. And even if he does touch it, LionBlaze's still in a good spot to follow it up.
Man, just the flicks from LionBlaze have always been so impressive, but not always the most consistent thing under pressure. It's good to see that even though this series is getting towards the tough end of it, the high pressure end, LionBlaze with the precise mechanics is still nailing it. Is he going to go for another one? No, this is going to be the air dribble, and he reads the challenge perfectly. LionBlaze with the equalizer. What a read on Firstkiller's early challenge.
Yeah, Firstkiller went quick, and Firstkiller fakes going for the boost there. He just takes a really wide turn towards the boost, and then just tries to go, like you said, for that challenge. One, he was low on boost, and two, like you said, LionBlaze had him completely red, and again, starts to exploit Firstkiller here for his mistakes.
That's just so smart. He's probably thinking, okay, Firstkiller's got low boost, so he is, you know, going to try and do something surprising here, challenge early, because he's got low boost, so he shouldn't be doing that. LionBlaze one step ahead again, and I think he's got the lead here. Wow. What control by LionBlaze. This might be the best that I've seen him play in this matchup. Perfect touch. Honestly, the fight to get that much height on this first pop is so impressive.
And it goes back to the last goal, where you know LionBlaze knows that he has the boost control here over Firstkiller. So if anything, playing that ball high is going to work every time, because he knows he has the edge there. This time he doesn't, though. Firstkiller will pick up the boost, and we'll probably see him play past him.
Yeah, LionBlaze went for this, even though he knew Firstkiller had 100 boosts. I can't call that a good decision on any day of the week, and last time I checked, this is one. Firstkiller won't take any prisoners in this matchup, just scores an open net with plenty time to spare. That's a lot of goals in half a game. We've got a lot of time left in this one. And you know, I'm liking what I'm seeing from LionBlaze overall, but he has to be so careful. And those kind of mistakes that he just made, unacceptable, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think he might be getting a little too comfortable. But if the flicks keep looking like this, he'll just end up picking up the goals right back. I believe that's probably it has to be his third goal that's been just a flick this game.
But look where he's done it from. He's actually flicked that from way back in his own half. Previous flicks that we've seen have been in Firstkiller's half, so he's reading Firstkiller's challenges very well. He knew again here that there was a high likelihood that Firstkiller would make an early play on the ball, especially after you've sent a monstrous flick on target from close range recently in this game. Your opponent's probably not going to want to let you dribble at them for the entire length of the pitch, and that's why LionBlaze decided to go for an early flick on it, anticipating the early challenge. So it's all about the reads here. Now Firstkiller with a massive blunder. He just passes the ball away. LionBlaze on the rise. Firstkiller starting to slip and slide here.
Yeah, that was very not Firstkiller-esque from him. You would think he would at least be able to get a touch on that, but he's starting to look a little shaky here. Now LionBlaze with a 2-goal lead. First, we'll try to put a shot on, and it'll actually be saved from LionBlaze.
What? I don't know how LionBlaze saved that. It looked surefire to be a goal, but off the inside of the post and out. And now LionBlaze is threatening again. Firstkiller has to double touch it into the center, and LionBlaze accepts the great pass and puts it in.
Oh, he's playing him at this point. He's like, sure, you can get a double touch, because I'm just going to wait for you. And that's the type of offensive strides or drives we've seen from LionBlaze over the course of this game, where he pushes the ball into Firstkiller, expecting Firstkiller to try to play it off that wall, because he's going to be positioned to where it comes right back to him and he can get a goal. He's looking for yet another one here.
Wow.
And Firstkiller's clears just haven't been on point. He'll finally be able to get that one out, but that's been like the best one we've seen from him all game. It hasn't been a good game for him.
The LionBlaze is playing so well. I love this constant attention to the ball, not leaving it alone for any minute, because he knows in this late in the game, when Firstkiller is trailing by 3, that he's likely to be going for everything. LionBlaze is stepping up to the occasion. I think this answers all the questions I had earlier about just how focused, just how driven he was to win this matchup. He's playing out of his mind.
That's clean. Backwards into the shot. I love it. Like you said, LionBlaze, I feel like he's finally comfortable, though. This is big for him. A 4-goal lead with Firstkiller in the final minute. It's only the second game. And LionBlaze just, like we said, like Firstkiller looks uncomfortable here. The offense hasn't been working out for him as well.
Oh, man. That's 10.
Oh.
That's double figures. LionBlaze reads Firstkiller again. And I think Firstkiller's just throwing this game away. I think he's had enough. He wants to go game 4. And that's so rare to see. Firstkiller just giving up on a game. Usually when we see him lose, it's right down to the wire. It's a goal or maybe 2, overtime here and there. But this one is one-sided. LionBlaze has completely taken control.
And at this point, this is not good for First, because he's going to have to win 2 straight, and he's not having a good game at all. The last game ended with LionBlaze exploiting Firstkiller on the offense. This one just ends with LionBlaze, I mean, just creating his own chances. Firstkiller will find this one. This is still, I mean, this is still really nice from First. He gets the dunk on LionBlaze.
That's pretty good. Well, it's just too little too late, I feel. 31 seconds left. It is possible, but I would be so surprised to see LionBlaze throwing away this lead. He's built it up very nicely for himself. It was all about reading the challenges. LionBlaze was one step ahead on so many occasions of Firstkiller. Just predicting his every movement and really not being outplayed mechanically as much as he was in the first game. This is certainly promising. This is the most scary a game and a series has looked for Firstkiller in a long time regionally.
Yeah, so major props to LionBlaze too from just the effort in this game. As like you said, Firstkiller definitely taking some for on the way home. It's not going to be a 5-10 final, but LionBlaze completely has shifted the momentum here. It started off with Firstkiller with the control, and now it's just been all LionBlaze as he denies one more goal and puts this on match point.
Yeah, I'm so impressed with what I've seen from LionBlaze in this game. The ability to predict so many Firstkiller moves in a row is just ridiculously impressive for me. He managed to predict, you know, Firstkiller's fake challenges, his early challenges, what he would do after respawning, after being demoed. Everything was just being hard read by LionBlaze. One step ahead in so many positions, and it showed. He was building that lead and just kept on adding goals to the lead that he had. And if we see anything like that in this game, number 4, and suddenly this is a series where LionBlaze can absolutely take it, and it's not even going to need to go to 5 games, because right now Firstkiller is the one who needs to make adaptations.
Yeah, we came into this one thinking this would be the first killer show. Then LionBlaze completely stepped up. Even you questioned if LionBlaze wants it. I think we can safely say that he wants this win.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's just because, you know, you can easily look at this qualifier as a success for LionBlaze already. Firstkiller wouldn't. Firstkiller will look at nothing less than a win as being a success, whereas for LionBlaze, I think it is a success already. He's made it into the final, done what he's supposed to do. Nobody really expects him to beat Firstkiller, so job well done, points secured, and now on to the next qualifier. But looks like he is just playing so well with all that lack of pressure. There's nobody, like I said, expecting him to beat Firstkiller. Might be working in his favor here. And he is getting better as we go on here. That's a great read by First, 1-1. Both players starting early with some big shots.
Yeah, First needs this too. He needs to be able to like hit something like this to get his kind of mindset back into the game. Excellently executed shot from him. And he does tie it up. Like we said, like Firstkiller looking very shaky on offense and defense last game. But he is starting to put things on the right foot. Probably chalked up the last one and just a fresh 5 minutes, a fresh Firstkiller.
Another early move by LionBlaze. He almost caught Firstkiller coming in, but now he's giving him the ball. That's careless. But hold on a second. Firstkiller's just ran it wide. And both players making mistakes in this exchange. Firstkiller's still got the advantage. And LionBlaze going to force him wide. Firstkiller misses the boost steal. This is a very risky game by both players. And probably the game that both players feel the most pressure, it would seem.
Yeah, that one will go top corner off the pinch. And I know it's very unfortunate for LionBlaze, but yeah, you can definitely tell how just back and forth that one was going too. Like so many different opportunities for Firstkiller. He had an open net and just push it off to the side.
Yeah.
And it just kind of just shows you the situation between these two and how big this game is. LionBlaze takes down Firstkiller in 4. It's huge in terms of how things are looking.
Oh!
Hits the ball. Oh, we take it. No, he'll take it.
What a pull shot by Firstkiller, just slamming LionBlaze into the flick. Beautiful team play as LionBlaze equalizes again. But this is absolutely pressure on Firstkiller. LionBlaze is playing so well overall this series, and especially as we go on into the latter games. But when he gets into the later minutes in this game, if he's got a close match, then it's going to be so hard to cross the line. He's got the lead though. LionBlaze with a huge bump starts his authority.
Oh, the air dribble bump on Firstkiller. That's a statement goal if I'd ever seen one too, especially in this particular moment. LionBlaze just showing the confidence. As again, like it does seem like he is now the person to beat here in this series right now. Firstkiller has been doing well for the most part, but LionBlaze has completely stepped up. That'll be a shot from Firstkiller. He's keeping this one as close as possible.
Firstkiller is just so good at this. When he gets somebody backed up into their goal on a face-off, those follow-up shots absolutely holds nothing back on them. As we get a whole pile of threes on the scoreboard. That's what you like to see. It's always the little things, isn't it, Twitch chat?
Get some threes in the chat, or if you
I
have
think
to stay hydrated.
we've definitely got enough threes in the chat. How about a 4? Firstkiller in the lead by 1. The post being kind to him on this occasion. LionBlaze faked the challenge, and that did not accomplish much for him, as Firstkiller just runs right by.
That space that's given a Firstkiller. LionBlaze wants to eliminate it, but he's in an awkward spot, especially when you face your own net in that play. I mean, Firstkiller just has so much room to work with that. I mean.
Oh, we had a 4-3. We had a 4-3-2-1. Yeah. Of course, there would be another pattern. The pattern recognition on Twitch chat is really up there. I'm impressed. As Firstkiller takes another goal. LionBlaze needs to be careful here. He's leaking goals. And that's just too risky, you know, shooting at Firstkiller from this range. Probably getting saved. And if Firstkiller does land outside of his net while saving it, he's probably going to get a counter-attack goal as well.
Yeah, he tried to delay that kickoff too. But, I mean, this is a big moment here for First in terms of kind of regaining that control that he had. Now he's just clean beating LionBlaze to the ball and getting some open scores. He's just completely has turned up the speed.
Yeah, this is less LionBlaze trying to read what First is doing and more just taking him on in a mechanics battle. I don't think that's a good idea. You don't want to go head-to-head with Firstkiller in mechanics and speed. You need to try and predict his movement so you can get a head start. And that's what Firstkiller was struggling with in the last game. LionBlaze was always one step ahead in that in the end of that game. Here, Firstkiller is just running away with it, and it's, you know, like I said, there seems to always be one game in every Firstkiller series where he dominates, and maybe this is it.
Yeah, we could definitely see that being the game if LionBlaze doesn't turn things around soon.
Oh,
man,
that was tough, but LionBlaze accuracy let him down. He knew he had to take that shot early because Firstkiller was coming back. But like I said, it seemed like a must-score situation. This one's getting away from him.
It is. And although there's time on the clock, 4-goal deficit, not where you want to be against Firstkiller at all. I mean, he was doing just fine with a 2-goal deficit. So now he's really going to try to throw this one away, and he baits out LionBlaze again. And even though Firstkiller is just literally hitting this ball to himself around the field, he still is able to recover and get there in time to beat LionBlaze to a challenging score. And I mean, when Firstkiller is playing like that, it's so hard for you as a player to try to read what he does. I mean, one of the big factors for LionBlaze was the fact that he was able to understand how Firstkiller was playing the game when he had the lead. But now he's so far down, like, you almost have to just even chalk this up because Firstkiller is going to play really unconventional for the rest of the game.
Days. This is just brutal. Firstkiller is relentless right now. He is just hitting bangers. Top corner on every single shot. 114 kph, no big deal. 6-goal game. Firstkiller has been just he's been allowed to run riot here. He's just rampaging around the field and smashing the living daylights out of the ball.
Yeah, he's just taking his time now. Now it's just flip resetting on LionBlaze. He'll get the clear out, but Firstkiller definitely feels comfortable and confident.
Ooh.
Even if he does give that one up, though.
That was a nice finish by LionBlaze. He didn't have a lot of time to execute this one, but notice how he lands outside the goal with a very nice recovery and then immediately takes the shot. Love to see that. So that's at least a goal that's going to break this streak that Firstkiller's on, if nothing less.
Yeah, he'll definitely have to work more at it if he wants it to make this game close. Now, we have seen LionBlaze score 10 goals in a game. I don't know if there's necessarily enough time on the clock for him to be able to come back and do that, especially since he's giving up more and more space to Firstkiller. Firstkiller looking for 10 goals himself, and doable, especially with enough time on the clock, as we've seen from him.
It was close there from LionBlaze. He knows that time is of the essence here, has to start scoring soon, but Firstkiller's giving him another goal here, and hang on. We might have a game in our hands as LionBlaze starts to pick up speed.
Yeah, weird touch from First. Deficit down to 4, a minute 16. LionBlaze has to play it smart though.
Absolutely. He has to take every chance as well. He's not the kind of player like Firstkiller who's just going to score multiple goals in quick succession in a matchup like this. He needs time to work his way into positions to score, usually, and he just doesn't have that time, so every chance has to be a goal, you feel.
Yeah, he's trying too, but Firstkiller on defense, especially with 100 boost, not something that's easily scored on. And we're kind of seeing him drain more time on the clock. It's been 20 seconds still since the last goal scored. And LionBlaze hasn't been able to really set anything up on the offense except for one chance there with the air dribble.
Oh, man.
And meanwhile, Firstkiller just playing around him. He picks up 10. It's 10-5.
Yeah, he gets the double digits. LionBlaze just was not ready for Firstkiller to be back on the ball that quickly. The speed of Firstkiller, always something to behold. And that's probably game number 4 locked up, and we're headed to game 5. LionBlaze just isn't a player who has insane comeback potential for high goal leads. That's why he always has to try and stay close with his opponents, and this was just not a game where that happened. He went and played Firstkiller's game and got punished for it.
Yeah, he's going to have to check this one off. He's pretty much going to have to do what Firstkiller did after game 4 and just come through as if it's a brand new game. But he definitely will have to shut down this momentum that First has. First is just completely taking control here and will have the 10-5 lead. And Johnny, I know you're good at writing scripts, but you've done it again.
Yeah,
First, every game you've seen from First is just dominant, at least once in a series.
Yeah, I did tell you it's going to go to game 5. But I also said I thought Firstkiller was going to win. I stand by that. I think he is, got to be the favorite here after winning game 4. But what can LionBlaze do? Is there going to be another twist in the tail? He's played a great series here. This is honestly the best series I've seen him play against Firstkiller. But he needs to try and get some semblance of control if he's going to win.
And it all happens at the start here for LionBlaze. This is a great spot for him too, just right off the kickoff. And he sees where First is, low on boost, trying to play it to the top right, but even though First with low boost, still able to make the save, still able to get the win and push it downfield.
I mean, even when he's boost starved, he's still so fast. LionBlaze took his time with this one. He wanted to make sure that he'd line it up properly. Firstkiller is just way too quick to the punch. LionBlaze will need to not hesitate in these positions. Firstkiller's found a good stride with his shooting and his speed in the last game.
Oh, LionBlaze will be able to retaliate though. He catches Firstkiller slightly off guard. This is big for LionBlaze because he has to make sure that First doesn't run away with the scoreline, so he can kind of play that. I mean, the cut there too is super clean from him.
Yeah, that was really nice by LionBlaze. Firstkiller thought he was going to try and play it across. LionBlaze went for the greedy option. As such a safe player, when you do go for a greedy option, your opponent is less likely to see it coming. Oh my days, the power from Firstkiller though, just unrelenting as he fires in another shot. These are so difficult to hit this consistently. It's mad. Nobody else does this. He just hits every shot so quickly.
I mean, lining that up and getting as much power as he got behind it too, especially coming off the kickoff with just 12 boosts, like that is something to take note of. And like you said, like when he lines up shots like that and is able to hit it on a consistent basis, he's one of the deadliest players, especially in North America.
Oh yeah, easily I think the hardest hitter of the ball in the world. And he didn't need to hit this one too hard. The mind game did the job. LionBlaze backed off all the way, and Firstkiller sold him with the flick. Pre-jump, not doing the job this time for LionBlaze.
Yeah, that was really good. It just shows Firstkiller's ability to mix it up as well, right? He goes from a high power shot at the start. Now he's playing the low 50 and pinches it into that bottom left corner. He's doing well, but LionBlaze bread and butter. Okay.
Ooh.
I thought he missed.
He just squeezed it in. LionBlaze with the early flick. He saw Firstkiller coming, and he's going to need to do a lot more of that. When he did win in Game 3 in comfortable fashion, he was reading Firstkiller's movement. He was reading his challenges. Well, he read that one, Can he get multiple in a row?
Yeah, I'm always just watching what they do after those kickoffs too. Like, it's one of those, the few seconds in the game where everything's kind of tense because both players are trying to recover and seeing what the other does. LionBlaze is getting a little too aggressive, and Firstkiller is going to make him pay for it again with another goal. Yeah,
that was LionBlaze trying to catch Firstkiller off guard. He was trying to go for a ball that Firstkiller wouldn't expect him to go for, but Firstkiller could see him the entire time, so the surprise factor really wasn't there. Firstkiller, with a great 50-50, sets himself up for another goal. It's nice play by LionBlaze here, though, as he steals away the boost. Looks like Firstkiller is still going to be fine in the position, though, using bumps to his advantage. LionBlaze trying to keep the threat of a goal up, but it's actually him who's close to getting scored on. Firstkiller almost bounces in another goal in off a strong challenge.
I like Firstkiller just moving downfield. I like the fake challenge just coming out from him in this one. Seeing if LionBlaze will give up the ball. Again, he just plays either the mind game or he comes through with a big burst of speed, but he's really paying attention to what LionBlaze is doing. LionBlaze in the air, thought he had a goal, and Firstkiller just recovers so fast.
That's crazy. Firstkiller got away from the bump and also saved a shot that was almost past him. That's a cheeky challenge by LionBlaze, so Firstkiller didn't see that one coming, but LionBlaze takes his time with the shot and ends up just giving the ball to Firstkiller. This is not the confidence that you need to see from him if he's going to win this matchup. Now he's up for the tight angle finish. He's off target with it. LionBlaze trying to make something happen here, but Firstkiller just doesn't look too shaken by the whole ordeal.
Yeah, no, he's been pretty patient. I think he realizes like LionBlaze is getting a little nervous. When LionBlaze had the air dribble, but it was just a slightly off target. Well, actually, he ended up landing on the wall, and he had to recover quickly. So now Firstkiller, seeing just how much LionBlaze is throwing himself at the ball, is just trying to remain calm, seeing if he can get LionBlaze to overcommit.
Well, that's not a good touch, though, by LionBlaze. Luckily, Firstkiller's not there. If Firstkiller stayed in the middle, he would have had a goal. But he did back off in the hunt for boost. He's quite happy with the 2-goal lead currently. LionBlaze coming down the middle. Fires a quick one, and it's past First, just over his shoulder. Firstkiller giving LionBlaze too much space, and he reaps consequences.
And I mean, LionBlaze really good at putting a lot of power on the ball, especially when he's playing it low. Into the airs where he's looked more shaky on offense, but the most consistent factor from him has either been the flicks or the shots on the ground. And he's been able to pick up goals time and time again because of it.
Well, hold on a second. This might be a goal. No, Firstkiller pre-flips and reads perfectly where the ball is going. Still 1 goal in it. LionBlaze trying to find a way to get the ball under control. Firstkiller going to try and keep it off him while stealing all the boost. That demo by LionBlaze is huge. He's going to take his time with this. He's got plenty off it. Where's Firstkiller? Oh, he doesn't read the challenge this time. Firstkiller just goes straight for it, and he puts it in. And you know, where LionBlaze was reading Firstkiller earlier in the series, it doesn't look like that's anymore the case, as Firstkiller just comes piling in and takes it away.
And I think for LionBlaze, he just doesn't expect Firstkiller to challenge in midfield. I think for him, he's expecting the fake challenge or something else, because he doesn't even react when Firstkiller just dives at the ball. And for Firstkiller, this is a big goal for him because, again, he just turns things into a place where he has more and more control over how things are going. And now he can just watch as LionBlaze tries to play this to him.
Oh, look at that, though, from LionBlaze. He's missed it. That was a free shot. Firstkiller didn't think he was going to go far. And is that mistake going to cost him? LionBlaze has played a great series here. He's very close to Firstkiller in this last game. But an open net miss there. And failure to read the last challenge that Firstkiller made has put him 2 goals behind. And he needs to do something about it. Firstkiller controls the ball on the back wall beautifully. This is wasting all the valuable time that LionBlaze is quickly running out of. Firstkiller just playing keep away now.
Yeah, keep away, playing the clock. LionBlaze trying to get it past them, but the flicks just aren't that much powerful. But like you said, Firstkiller, with just the way that he's been playing really close to this and killing time, he's looking for demos, he's looking to push this ball away. This is that threat that we were talking about when he gets comfortable and has the lead. He can afford to make a mistake, but again, he's going to do anything in his power to throw off LionBlaze. He cannot afford to drop this goal. That's so scary. He wins the challenge again, and he's not going to score. He could have scored.
He wanted the mind game, I guess, but it shouldn't matter as Firstkiller has plenty time on the ball at the end of this game. to have full control in Game 5. And he will win the Salt Mine 2 NA qualifier. That is exactly the result I predicted, so I'm feeling pretty happy about that. But I didn't think that it was going to be this close, honestly. LionBlaze playing very well for parts of this series.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that game, I believe it was game 3 with LionBlaze, where he just had so much control on how things were moving throughout the course of that series, as well as signs of life from Firstkiller. I mean, it was pretty back and forth, but Firstkiller definitely towards the end just had the more dominant games of Rocket League. We talk about the 10-5, and then afterward, and then after that, and how that worked out. I do think LionBlaze though played very well, and I'd actually be pretty surprised to see the result of next time they play.
Oh, definitely. I'm looking forward to the next matchup for sure. I mean, LionBlaze, he's getting closer. He's getting better in this one. So maybe in the main tournament we can have that go his way. I fully expect LionBlaze to qualify, of course. Firstkiller has made it through Qualifier 1. But yeah, I anticipate LionBlaze to straight up winning the next one if he can replicate the performance he showed us in this one. Although, there's a lot of other scary players to go through, so he'll need to just take it one game at a time